Good morning, Enid. It is Thursday, January 5th. It's cold, 19 degrees outside. Our winds are out of the north at 19, so therefore our wind chill is at 0 or below, so we got to bundle up. So, hi, I'm Steve Kime. Grab a cup of coffee and join us for a quick 30 minutes of news, weather, and sports, and also a special Enid guest.
Hello, I'm Jomara Ortiz, and we're coming to you live in over 14,000 homes in Enid and live streaming via the internet. And this is Good Morning Enid.
It's time to rise and shine. High today is going to be 91 degrees. You're planning your day.
In Oklahoma State Capitol News, employees at the Oklahoma.
He's the board president of the Enid Young Professionals.
Good morning, Enid. Thanks for having me back this morning.
Full list of events, you can visit cnbcenter.com.
Well, it's not Brooke this morning. It's Kevin Brisky, general manager.
Just send us an email and we'll be happy to share.
Hello.
Hey, Derrick. Good morning.
Yes, sir.
It's Thursday again. You know what that means?
Yes, sir.
It's time to rise and shine.
I'm on my way.
Good morning, Jomara.
Good morning, I'm on my way.
Heather.
Good morning. I'm on my way.
Good morning, Enid. Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this cold Thursday, January 5th, January 2017. And here we are, our third year as we start Good Morning Enid. Third year. It's been a blur. You've been with us 2 years, right?
Yes, yes.
Or
Close to 2
or
years,
more.
yeah.
It's just amazing. I remember when we first started, again, 3 years ago, it was an experience. we weren't quite sure where it was going to go. But anyway, thank you for joining us. I think this is show 102.
102.
Is it? 102.
Yes.
So, well, thank you again for joining us. Well, again, as I mentioned earlier, right off the bat, it's a cold 19 degrees out there and a strong breeze out of the north. And high today is 24, so it's not going to warm up very much.
No.
We got the bus stop forecast for you this morning, Jomara. You've got kids that go off to school. They don't walk to school. They don't walk 5 miles to school, do they? Okay. Well, if your kid is out, or your child's going to be going to school today, anyway, there's the forecast, and that's the wardrobe for today. Winter coat, and of course, hats and gloves. Where'd nails come from? Maybe you got your nails done? Is that what it is? But anyway, it's so cold I can't talk. Anyway, 19 degrees. So bundle everybody up if they have to go to the bus stop. Jomara, help us out with the 3-day forecast. Does it look any better?
Oh, no, Steve. For today, the high of 27. That's not high at all. And the highest is going to be 41 on Sunday with a little sun and wind. And the lowest will be tonight at 12 degrees. So, yes, I'm not sure about those temperatures.
Okay. Yeah, you may want to have the faucets drip a little bit just in case you have problems with
and make
pipes.
sure the pets are inside.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sometimes we forget about that. My pets, they live inside, but we don't have to forget about that. They're usually checking to make sure that we're inside, so they're inside. Well, again, thank you for joining us. We're just thrilled that every Thursday we have the opportunity to bring you some city government news here from Enid, Oklahoma. And as you said, we're live streaming around the globe on the internet.
Yes.
Because we've got former hosts and co-hosts and participants on Good Morning Enid that are in Germany, different places around the globe, and so they can watch this. I know we have some people from Japan that watch live streaming, so that's a long ways from Garfield County. So, well, welcome. You did a great job last week. What was that experience of hosting the New Year's Eve show?
Well, it was a really great opportunity. I know that the show goes by really fast, but it's just amazing, like you said, close to 3 years on the show. So so thank you for the opportunity. Yeah.
Well, something that goes real quick is the Oklahoma Minute, and at 7:34 on this Thursday morning, it's time for the bow tie guy. Bring him back for 2017, and here's the Oklahoma Minute with Derrick Silas.
In Oklahoma State Capitol News, employees at the Oklahoma Department of Labor plant a red bud tree in remembrance of.
Love you too, Mom, and happy birthday. Top headlines overnight. Oklahoma receives a Real ID extension through June 2017. And Oklahoma natives and country music stars Carrie Underwood and Blake Shelton are nominated for the 2017 iHeart Radio Music Awards. Awards will be televised on TBS, TNT, and True TV at 7 p.m. March 5th. Remember, you can recycle your Christmas tree. Christmas trees can be recycled by dropping them off at the landfill. Additionally, residents can call for bulk pickup at 580-616-7300 to get trees picked up by the city. Also, registration for animals over the age of 6 months began the 1st of January. Once the animal turns 6 months, they can be registered at any time of the year at the police department. The cost is $5 per animal. And the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Holiday Commission announces poster and essay contest deadlines for entries is Monday, January 9th, 2017. Last night, Oklahoma City Thunder took on the Charlotte Hornets. Well, the score was Charlotte 123 and Oklahoma City 112. And tonight, they will play the Houston Rockets at 7 p.m. in Houston. On this day in history, in 1933, construction begins on the Golden Gate Bridge as workers began excavating 3.25 million cubic feet of dirt for the structure's huge anchorages. And in 1972, President Nixon launches the Space Shuttle program. He signs a bill authorizing $5.5 million in funding to develop a space shuttle. And in 1920, the New York Yankees Major League Baseball Club announces its purchase of the heavy-hitting outfielder George Herman Babe Ruth from the Boston Red Sox for the sum of $125,000. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Steve and Jomara.
Thank you, Derrick. Appreciate all that information, all that trivia. Babe Ruth, as a kid growing up, many years ago. In my case, I remember. I never did see Babe Ruth play, but I remember Babe Ruth. Always wanted to hit a home run like Babe Ruth. So, and if you go to the Golden Gate Bridge, it's amazing the foresight of these individuals and these engineers that put that bridge together. Because when you go across it today, you lose sight that this thing was built in the 30s.
Right.
A lot of times, if you go across a bridge in Oklahoma that was built in the 30s, you know it was built in the 30s because it's so narrow.
Yes.
But you see it, it's just very,
That's
very...
one of my favorite spots, Steve. It's just amazing.
The city by the bay.
Yes.
San Francisco. Well, on this day in history, there was a special birthday that took place. Jacqueline, is that right? I hope that's really close. Well, this young lady right here had a very, I guess Derrick forgot to mention that on this day in history, but on this day in history, Jacqueline is celebrating her 68th birthday. We appreciate you watching, wishing you the very best and blessings to you on your 68th birthday today. Way to go.
Yes.
Derrick's mom.
Happy birthday.
Now we know him. So that's exciting. Well, I had the opportunity to run into a special friend this week. Her name is Nancy. And the thing that's special about Nancy, she's really an inspiration. She's 96 years old.
Wow, just amazing.
And her and her partner in crime is her older sister, who's 99. And the two of them together are something else. But we want to say hi to Nancy and also to her sister, Margaret, that they watch Good Morning Enid. And we say hi to them. They're Enid residents. And so, hello, good morning. We're glad that you're with us today. Also, we want to remind you that if somebody has a picture, what can they do to get it to the show?
Well, they know they can email them to gme@enid.org. So pictures of your pets, your vacation, birthday wishes, please send them to gme@enid.org.
Okay. Well, we've changed our studio setup, layout, if you will, for a little bit since we started a new year. In January, you do new things.
Yes.
And I believe next week we're going to have a financial planner. You know, you talk about New Year and resolutions, goals, you know, to lose weight, read books.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have somebody talk to us about some financial planning and why to save $5 a day.
Well, that's really important,
Or $5
Steve.
a month or something.
Yeah, that's really good.
But that's coming up next week.
Well, as you know, Enid keeps pretty busy. And to tell us what's happening, here's Heather Hughes.
Good morning, Enid. Thank you for having me. Tickets are now available for J. Owen House. That's going to be Saturday, November. Good morning, Enid. Well, the new year is here, and there are lots of great events coming up that you'll definitely want to check out here in Enid. Starting with the KNID AgriFest. It's coming back to the Chisholm Trail Expo Center, January 13th from 9 to 6, and again on the 14th from 9 to 5. Parking and admission for this event are free. And this is a farm show, and they're going to provide informative seminars and demonstrations, as well as vendor booths and activities. And next, also in January, Gaslight Theater will be presenting the comedy Everybody Loves Opal, January 20th through the 22nd and 26th through the 28th. Show times are Friday and Saturday at 8 p.m., the Sunday show is at 2 p.m., and Thursday at 7 p.m. The tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for students, and you can get these at gaslighttheater.org. And going into February, if you love the old Broadway musicals like Oklahoma, Cinderella, Phantom of the Opera, and Cats, the Enid Symphony Orchestra is presenting a tribute to Rodgers and Hammerstein and Andrew Lloyd Webber. The Enid Symphony Orchestra is located at 301 West Broadway, and there's going to be 2 shows, one on February 11th at 7 p.m. and again on February 12th at 2 p.m. You can get your tickets for this at enidsymphony.org, or you can call the ESO box office. And lastly, be sure to head downtown on March 18th for the Red Brick Road Food Truck and Art Festival. It's going to be from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. There will be food trucks lining the street and local musicians playing music throughout the day. Thank you so much. That's what's happening. Back to you, Steve and Jomara.
Thank you very much, Heather. Welcome. Happy New Year. Happy 2017 to Heather Hughes. I was going to mention something about the school menu. We had the bus stop. We had the picture of the bus earlier, and the temperature high today is going to be around 24 degrees. But we want to show the school menus at this time.
Yes.
And
School began today.
back in session today
Back
here
in
in
session
Enid.
today.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll see if we can find the menu. If not, we'll just make something up. But they're going to have cheeseburgers today, and then tomorrow on Friday they'll have cheeseburgers too. So maybe no menu. Trust me, they're going to feed you today if you go to school. Okay. So anyway, well, you had the opportunity to talk to the city manager, Mr. Jerald Gilbert, right?
I did, and we talked about accomplishments on the past year and what's coming up in this new year, 2017.
Okay. So for our one-on-one with Jomara segment, we have Jomara visiting with City Manager Jerald Gilbert. Let's view that right now.
He's the board president of the Enid Young Professionals. Keegan, thank you for joining us this morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to One-on-One with Jomara. Our special guest today is City Manager Jerald Gilbert. Mr. Gilbert, thank you for visiting with us today.
Well, good morning, Jomara. It's a pleasure to be here again.
Thank you. We appreciate your time, and we know that we're coming into a brand new year, but we want to go over your biggest accomplishments of 2016. What are your most significant accomplishments of this past year?
Well, thank you for asking. I think probably the biggest accomplishment, not just for me, but for the city, is the citywide vote that was conducted on the Kaw Lake sales tax election. And we were all very pleased that that passed with about 67 or 68% of the vote. And that helped secure the future for the funding of the Kaw Lake pipeline extension or pipeline project. And so we look forward to moving into phase 2 of that in the new year. In fact, that's on the commission meeting agenda for tomorrow.
Wow, that's really exciting. And I know that if people need to know more information on that, they can visit our website, and there's all kinds of information on the phasing of the project, and as well as updates on the cost. Is that correct?
Yes, there is a button on the website you can click on that takes you to the Kaw Lake stuff. It shows all the presentations we've done that the city staff has presented to the commission over the past year with Garver's recommendations, and it does talk about cost estimates. With the phase 2 part of the project, we look to refine the cost estimate as well as get to about 30% on the engineering for the project, which will allow that cost estimate to be refined. And so that's going to be about a 15-month process. About this time next year or so, we should have a better idea of what the costs are going to be and be preparing for the next phase, which I guess will be phase 3 of the project.
Well, great. Now, for this coming new year, this brand new year, right? What challenges the city of Enid faces in 2017?
Well, the city's got several challenges, but I'd be remiss if I probably didn't mention a few other things notable that happened in 2016.
Yes.
One of the things that comes near and dear to my heart is improvements that were made at Meadow Lake Park. And those are improvements that they don't just happen in a year or two. They've happened over the course of 2 to 3 years. But we were fortunate to be able to open the new rides building at Meadow Lake that includes a concession area and restrooms. We contracted with a person to bring paddle boats back to Meadow Lake Park. That was a big accomplishment. We opened the dog park and the slide there. In fact, you guys came out and did and filmed that, the grand opening, which I think was in July or so last year. So that was a big improvement. We were also looking at making some road improvements. We went a long ways on one of your projects, the Willow Road project.
Yes, yep.
And it's actually going to start this year, but all the work that's gone into it has been for many years that you and others have put into it. 66th Street's another improvement that will be coming soon. So those are some of the notable things. I'm sure there's a whole lot of other things as well. It was a good year, and we look forward to 2017 being an even better year.
Well, that's great to hear. We hope that as well.
Yes, yeah, and so as moving on to some of the challenges that we have in the new year, clearly I think we're in pretty good shape moving forward on the engineering on Caw Lake. So really the next thing that everybody talks about and everybody's right on is our streets.
Yes.
We need to improve our streets and roads in the city. We are making some progress, and we probably need to do a better job of talking about that. We just talked about the Willow Road that'll be coming, I think, February 21st, is
Yes,
that right?
that's correct.
And that'll take about 270 days or so to get to substantial completion.
Yes.
And it'll be wonderful when it's done, so people keep in mind, it'll be difficult while the construction's happening, but keep in mind the end goal of a nice new 4-laned Willow from Cleveland to Oakwood with sidewalks on either side of the road.
Right.
Be really nice.
It's going to be really nice, yes.
66th Street's going to be improved from 412 to Willow, and that should get going. We're also working on the awarding, before the end of this fiscal year, the intersection project at Chestnut and Cleveland.
That's
So there will be some work going on that people will see even this month with moving some utilities around that intersection to prepare the way for that. So those are big road projects going on, but we need to figure out how to get more resources to our local streets, because just about every street you look at could use a repair or a replacement. And so we'll be looking to do that. That's really the top of the commissioner's agenda, I believe, and it's really at the top of mine. So, of course, we have to and want to maintain everything else we have. The first big improvement that we have, though, the biggest complaint I get from citizens is paint the lines on the street. We obviously haven't done a good job in that for a while, but we're fixing to do a fantastic job because we just bought a new street painting machine, and it's actually in Oklahoma City, and we're very close to getting it delivered to us. And so once it does, every warm day we have that we're going to be out painting streets. So people will see an improvement as soon as we start getting that done. The improvements that you've seen right now, ODOT's been working on our major thoroughfares through the city, 412 and Van Buren, and you can see what a difference it makes when you put a fresh coat of paint on the street.
Yes.
So that's probably streets, and being able to fund that's probably one of our biggest challenges. I left out a couple of accomplishments in 16 that we want to keep in mind too is we opened the new Academy store. So that was a big improvement, I think, in the city. It filled a sporting goods gap. We're happy and excited about that. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned that.
Yeah, and I noticed that that area keeps very busy. So
Yes,
I'm
that's
sure
great.
that's a really good asset to the city of Enid.
Hopefully those cash registers are ringing, bringing in that sales tax to the city.
Yes, we hope that too. Now, Mr. Gilbert, what can Enid citizens do to make this a better community?
You know, that's a great question. There's several things that citizens can do. One of them was in the newsletter that just went out or is getting ready to go out for January that talks about volunteering. And I'm not even talking about volunteering to help the city, although if you want to volunteer to help us, we've got plenty of jobs, and feel free to call me, and I'll tell you how to do that, or email me here in just a minute. But we can use all the help we can get, but really you can help your community by working with some of the local charities that we have. Some that come to mind, there's a bunch of them, but some that come to mind, Hope Outreach, Park Avenue Thrift, Loaves and Fishes, your local churches. They're all doing things that benefit the community and make the community better for all of us. Something else people could do that would really, really help is the city tries hard to maintain what we have, but city employees can't be there to do every single thing. So, you know, just some simple things like picking up a piece of trash that's laying on the street is a significant contribution, because that piece of trash is going to lay there until somebody picks it up, whether it's a city employee or whether it's the wind blowing it in somebody else's yard.
Right.
So if people would certainly consider helping out in those ways, and there's a myriad of other ways they can help in. I guess the important thing is just reach out and help, and then neighbors help neighbors. If neighbors would help neighbors, that would probably solve most or all of our problems here in the city.
Yes, that's right. Also, we in engineering are pro save water. I know we have the
Yes.
colleague project coming in, but save water.
Water conservation, that's very good, Jomara.
Yeah.
I need to practice that better myself. For instance, when you brush your teeth, don't let the spigot run. That's wasting water.
Right, right. And now you mentioned that if people need to contact you, what's the best way to reach you?
Anybody out there in the public can reach me directly at 580-616-7245, or you can email me directly, jgilbert, J-G-I-L-B-E-R-T, at enid.org. On the website, there's areas where you can ask the city manager. There's specific areas that when you respond to questions on the website, questions and answers software that'll come to me too. So, but the best ways are probably just to call me directly or email me.
And we also want to remind everyone at home that they can watch the city commission meetings as well and know what's happening in their community and know that they have
Absolutely.
a part in it as well.
And you guys and the television network folks, the guys standing behind the cameras here, have done an excellent job broadcasting all of our commission meetings. So it's a great way, and now we broadcast MAPC, and maybe we'll do some more in the future, we'll see.
Okay, well, great. Thank you very much, Mr. Gilbert, for visiting with us. We appreciate your time, and we hope that this new year, 2017, keeps bringing great things to Enid.
Well, I think it'll be a great year. I want to wish everyone a happy new year.
Yes.
And I look forward to working with you and all the employees and the public to try and make Enid a better place for all of us.
Well, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for watching One-on-One with Jomara.
Very good. One-on-one with Jomara. So what was it like talking to the city manager,
To
Jerald
the big
Gilbert?
boss?
Yeah, the big boss. Yeah, he is pretty tall.
Yeah. Well, it was really nice. It was really nice. It was a great opportunity to visit with him and discuss past and future projects.
Right. A lot of information.
Yes.
Speaking of information, tonight, Thursday, here we are on January 5th, the City Commission meeting will take place at 5 p.m. this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no study session for tonight, so the council meeting will be moved up from 6:30 to 5 p.m., and that is tonight, Thursday. Keep that in mind. And also in 2 weeks, because of the holiday on Monday, City Commission meeting will be on Thursday on, 19th? Is that about
19th.
right?
Yes, that's
So
right.
keep that in mind. And it all airs, as Jerald said, on enidtv.org. You can live stream that, so keep that in mind. Okay, it's back to the news. In case you missed the bow tie guy, whose mom is celebrating a big birthday today. Again, Jacqueline, hope you're enjoying your birthday today. Here's your favorite son, maybe. Derrick Silas, the bow tie guy with the Oklahoma Minute.
Oklahoma receives a Real ID extension through June 2017, and Oklahoma natives and country music stars Carrie Underwood and Blake Shelton are nominated for the 2017 iHeart Music Awards. Remember, you can recycle your Christmas tree. They can be recycled by dropping them off at the landfill. Additionally, residents can call for bulk pickup at 580-616-7300. And registration for animals over the age of 6 months began January 1st. Once the animals turn 6 months, they can be registered at any time of the year at the police department, and the cost is $5 per animal per year. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Holiday Commission announces poster and essay contest. The deadline for the entries is Monday, January the 9th, 2017. Last night, Oklahoma City Thunder took on the Charlotte Hornets, and the score was Charlotte 123, Oklahoma City 112. And tonight, they will play the Houston Rockets at 7 p.m. in Houston. And on this day in history, in 1933, construction begins on the Golden Gate Bridge. And in 1972, President Nixon launches the Space Shuttle program by signing a bill authorizing $5.5 million. And in 1920, the New York Yankees announces the purchase of George Herman Babe Ruth. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Steve and Jomara.
Lots and lots of information. Now, if you're planning your weekend, here's the forecast for the coming weekend. And I can tell you,
It's going to be cold?
It's going to be cold. That's pretty easy, right? As you can see, the high for today, 27. That's not too high. The lowest will be 12 degrees, and the highest the temperature will be 41 on Sunday. That's your temperatures for this coming weekend. Very, very cold. Bundle up. Keep your pets safe. And speaking about the weekend, Steve, Heather Hughes is back to tell us what's happening around Enid.
Good morning, Enid. The KNID AgriFest is coming back to the Chisholm Trail Expo Center January 13th and 14th. Parking and admission for this farm show are free. Also in January, Gaslight Theater is going to be presenting a tribute to, presenting the comedy Everybody Loves Opal. The tribute is next. That it's going to be January 20th through the 22nd and 26th through the 28th. $10 tickets for adults and $5 for students. Then going to February, if you love the old Broadway musicals like Oklahoma, Cinderella, and Phantom of the Opera, the Enid Symphony Orchestra is going to be presenting a tribute to Rodgers and Hammerstein and Andrew Lloyd Webber. This is going to be February 11th at 7 p.m. and again on February 12th at 2 p.m. You can get your tickets for the show at enidsymphony.org or call the ESO box office. And lastly, on March 18th, be sure to head downtown for the Red Brick Road Food Truck and Art Festival. All the food trucks will line the street and local musicians will be there playing their music. Thank you so much. Back to you, Steve and Jomara.
Very good. And really quick, we'd like to remind you that there's an author event coming up. I think over 40 authors with children's books, all kinds of books, coming to the library, as you see on your screen right there. That's coming up on a couple Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the 14th. And again, 40 authors from all over the state and the region will be there. They'll be selling their books. They'll be reading books to the kids. And that's coming up soon. 249-4910 is a very important number to call. You know what that number is?
Yes,
I
know.
It's tied to what?
It's tied to our Enid adoption. Please call the Adopt
For
a
Pets.
Pet Enid. Yes,
For pets.
Enid adoption for pets, that's right.
So let's take a look at this promo right now.
Like this are found and brought to Enid Animal Control every day. All of these animals are in need of good homes. Please consider adopting a dog or a cat from Enid Animal Shelter. Call us at 249-4910 or come down and see us at 1200 South 10th Street.
Very good. 249-4910 is the number to call. Jomara, happy 2017. Happy New Year to you and your family.
Thank you.
Any New Year's resolutions, anything like that? Personally, I don't believe in setting goals, you know.
Well, I want
Just
to
kidding.
spend more time with my family, and
Okay.
I want to visit home more. So
Okay.
I'm going to start doing that this summer, hopefully.
All right. So
Yes.
I think I'm going to read more.
Read
And
more?
over the Christmas holiday, my wife got me a couple of nice books that I got to read those. So I think that's what I'll do. Well, this is our 102nd show, and we want to say thank you, Good Morning Enid, for joining us on this cold January 5th.
Very
Right now, our
cold.
temperature is holding steady at 19 degrees. High today is going to warm way up there to 24. So it's again, special thanks to AJ and Penn and Chris and Dane behind the scenes, set up our new studio. We thank the folks in town that's helped us with our studio set for 2017. And we want to say happy birthday again to Jacqueline. Is that right?
Yes.
All the
Happy
way from
birthday.
Mississippi watching us. So happy birthday, young lady. We're glad that you're having a special day. And Nancy and Margaret, have a great day. Jomara, thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Make it a great day, Enid.